Okay, good morning class. So at this point we are wrapping up finance, growth and decay. You guys had homework? Not so? It was from exercise. Sorry? Exercise? So we finished 6. So it's 7. 7 you had to do number 3. 3, 4 and 5. I expect a lot from you, no? Why do I want so much from you? So I want you guys to do well. That is one. To some of you it won't doesn't look like that's what we want, but it's actually we want you guys to do well, okay? Because if you guys do well, no, then it looks like I'm doing my job, man, you understand? Which I was not doing, according to your marks. But you guys, I'm sure, have this under control, no? Right, any problems with number 3? Yes. Right, exercise 7 on page 78. A loan of 200,000 will be amortized. What does that mean? Paid in full. Amortized in 2 years. Monthly payments are made starting 5 months from now. So what does that mean? Is the delay of start of payment for 4 months. Not so. Why? Because the formula accommodates for that 1 month. Okay. In order to repay the loan. What is the value of each payment if the interest rate is 9.6% per annum compound monthly? Is the compoundings, which is compounded monthly, the regularity of that in line with the regularity of the payment? Yes, it's a monthly payment. Monthly interest, monthly payments, that's in order. So since it's loan, so it's a present value formula. PV is equal to x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the exponent negative n over I. Your principal is 200,000. That 200,000 is first going to draw an interest for 4 months. So it's 1 plus I, which is 0.096 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 4 months, 4 over 12. Okay, let's just put a written form. Equals the monthly payment is what we're looking at into 1 minus 1 plus 0.096 over 12 to the exponent negative 12 times 2 years, but I must subtract 4 from that. Why? Because that 4 is accounted for there. Okay, not so? And that's all over I, which is 0.096 over 12. Now this is a matter of solving for x. So what I do is I cross multiply first. So 200,000 times 1 plus 0.096 over 12 to the exponent 4 times 0.096 over 12. Okay? Once you got that sorted, you then divide it by this factor there. Okay? One minus open brackets 1 plus 0.096 over 12 to the exponent negative open brackets 12 times 2 minus 4. Or you could have just written 20 months. Gives you 11,200. 11,212, comma, is that correct? Yes. 90. Who asked this question? Many of you. Where do you guys go wrong?
So
yes.
I don't know how to do this in the calculator because I did exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same, okay. So the problem is manipulating. How do you get x to the subject of your formula basically? That's your problem. Okay, so basically what we do is naturally that moves over 1, not so. So we cross multiply. No? So we have 200,000 into 1 plus 0,096 over 12 to the exponent. Now I start simplifying slowly. Okay? 4 times 0,096 over 12 equals x into 1 minus 1 plus 0,096 over 12 to the exponent. Now I work this out here, which gives me negative 20. Okay? Now you work this out, work it out. What do you get? 1,600 and? Yeah? 82 cents. Not actually 82 cents, it's actually a factor. This is not the rands and cents at this point. Okay? But okay, anyway, equals x into, you can work this out if you like. And the number carries onwards, of course. Not so. Now you just put that 1651,82 divided by, you press A and S, which is, there we go. You can apply this method, you always get it right. Okay. Remember, if it comes to this here, you can see the number is fairly small. They either use 4 decimal places or use the answer button. Okay. Otherwise, your answer is going to be a bit off from the memo or from the answers you're working with. Anybody else? Got the sum wrong that wants to share where they went wrong? Nobody else? Okay. Any problems with number 4? Huh? Yes? Everybody have problems with number 4? Nobody want to share? I think that's a bit unfair. Alright, number 4, exercise 7, page 78. Susan and Peter both plan trips around Europe in 12 months' time. They both save money for their holiday. Okay? By opening a savings account, Susan deposits 500 and immediately and continues to do so. Okay, so it's immediately. So what does that mean? Add 1 on the end. Not so. So it's Susan, so son. Until the end of the 12 months. Okay? Peter, okay, so let's work out Susan's one first. Susan is 500 rand, so its future value, y savings, is x into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 all over I. So, she has 500 rand into 1 plus 0, comma, that was not given, eh? Get. Alright, so Peter pays monthly payments of 600 rand to a savings account, but starts after 3 months have passed. So what is the delay there? 2 months. Not so? Because why the 1 is actually accounted for within the formula. Okay. If both Susan and Peter have the account with the interest of 10% compounded monthly, so let's complete Susan's calculation. So it's 0, 1 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 12 over 12, which is 1, plus 1. Why? Because it starts immediately. Not so. Minus 1 all over I to 0, 1 over 12. So let's work out the Susan's investment is 13 times 500, which is 12 65,000, so it will be 70. with the error, 60, between 60 per annum. So it's 500. You're 506. No, 6,000. 6,000 between 6.5 to 7. So the time period is fairly short. So it's 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the exponent. 12 times 1 plus 1 minus 1. Oops. 0.1 over 12. 6,835 and 14 cents. 6,800. 6,835 rand and 14 cents. Okay. Take Peter in account. So Peter, also future value. It starts in 3 months' time, so it's 2 months. So future value for Peter. He's going to be, and he's depositing 600 rand. 600, same formula, into 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the exponent. 10, so he's making 10 payments, not so. Over 12 times 12 minus 1 all over I, 0, 0,1 over 12. So that's 600 into 1 plus 0.1 over 12 to the exponent 10 times 12. 10 over 12 times 12 is 10 minus 1 over 0.1 over 12. Gives you 6,230 rand. 6,230 rand and is that correct? Okay. Who would have saved the most at the end of 12 years and by how much? So who would have saved more? Susan. Susan has saved more. Saved more. And Susan has saved more by Susan by 6835,14 minus 6230,07. So that's minus 6835.14 by 605 rand. 605, comma 07. Okay. What was the issue here? Who asked this question? Yes? Didn't know what to do at all. But now you know. Okay. I'm going to tell you now, when it comes to this section of work, try something. You can't just in the exam say, oh, I didn't know where to start. You can see it's investment, so you must start with future value forward. So, say for argument's sake, you mess up this, that part of the calculation. Your years is wrong. They penalize you 1 mark and they give you a positive marking from it. You understand? So, don't just discard it and say, oh, I don't know, wait. Do something so that we can award you the mark for it. Could you have, does this in any way make you think you could have used present value formula? No, because that's investment. So definitely using that formula, substituting some parts in it, you will get the mark. If you have left out that one day, you lose 1 mark. The rest of it you get 4 out of 5, provided you make no other mistake thereof. Okay. Yes. Sorry? You see that there's a delay of start of payment here of 3 months. Now remember, this formula here accommodates for 1 month. Can you see that? Accommodates for 1 month, So, in actual fact, it's 2 month delay. You understand? That's it. Same with the previous question. There's the delay in payment. When there's a delay in investment, delay in payment, you subtract 1 less month. Okay. Question 5. Any problems here? No? Did I give you question exercise 8 as well? No. Exercise 6? We finished the whole exercise. Okay. So the last section here, which is calculating the period using logarithms. That's your next heading. The last for financial maths. Some of you, the last financial maths lesson for for the rest of your life. Isn't that scary? Or is it exciting, you say? So why do you do maths then? You're all looking forward not to do maths any longer in your lives, you know. Why do you put yourself through this? Huh? Your mommy say you must. It's a better thing to do, no? Maths is not a better. No. This is example 1 in this one page. 79. Calculating time period using logarithms. In each formula involving compound interest, the time period n is an exponent, not so. Therefore, if we need to calculate n, the calculation will often use logs or logarithms. Okay. But we have used logs already in grade 11, the beginning of grade 12. So this is where we're at now. Example 1. Example 1 is on page 79. Question says, how long will it take? So in other words, we're going to calculate n. An amount of money to halve in value when it depreciates, when it depreciated at 12% per annum on reducing balance. So where do we go from here? Firstly, reducing balance follows which formula? A is equal to P into 1 minus I exponent. So how long will it take? We're calculating in an amount of money to halve. Was the value given? No. So if I made P 1,000 rand, then A would be what? 500 rand. If I made P 1 rand, then A would be 50 cents, half a rand. Not so. If you made Px, then A would be, sorry, x over 2 would be what? Half x. Not so. So what we say is, we say let P equals 100 rand and A would be 50 rand. You could have used any of those or any of your suitable calculations. Not so. As long as A is half of whatever P is. You guys understand? So if you had got x for P, then A would be a half x. You'll see at the end will cancel out anyway. So do the substitution quickly. Alright, so A is going to be 50 is equal to P, which is 100. 1 minus I, which is 12%, 0.12 to the exponent n. So what do you think we're going to do first in pursuit of calculating n? Divided by 100 both sides. Not so? So what's 50 over 100? Oh, not so? 1 minus 0.12 is what? 0.88 to the exponent n. So if you had an x here and a half x here, if I divided both sides by x, you'd have been left with half as you have. Can you see that? If you had gone with 1,000 rand here and 500 rand here, if you divide both sides by 1,000, 500 over 1,000 is also half, and so on. So whatever you choose for P to be, as long as you're representing A properly, you'll get the same answer. Okay. So, how do we solve for n here? By using logs. Now remember when we dealt with logs, we said that if you got A to the x equals y, what would this be in log form? X is equal to log y base 8. So as long as you can remember that, you will be able to do this. So with that information, I want you guys to solve in. Punch it in the calculator as well. Okay, so what will this be? N is equal to log of base 0.88. So that would simply be log 0.88 by 0.88 which is 5.42. Well, what's the question? How long will it take for the money to be half of its value, or half in value? So remember, n is your time in years, not so. So after 5 years, will it be half its value? No, it will still be over half, not so. So therefore, in 6 years' time, it will be half its value. Okay? Does it make sense, people? If you look at it, no? After 5 years, it won't be half its value. Alright? And something depreciates on a yearly basis. You see, depreciation is calculated on a yearly basis. Not so. So after 5 years, it will still be more than half its value. Not so? Because it starts off at say 500 rand, then it must go down to 80, not 80, but 12%. So it will be 88%, 88 rand, and then drops by 12%, then drops by another 12, and then drops by 12, and so on. Can you see that, people? So after 5 years, will it be less than 50 rand? No, it will be definitely more than 50 rand. Not so? So only after 6 years, it will be half its value. Does it make sense, people? Okay, normally the question is after how many years, okay? But just check, I think the answer in the book would be 5.42. So they won't penalize you here for it. It takes approximately 5.5 years to half its value. But you'll see later on it will be clear when we need to actually round it off to the nearest year. So the questions would be after how many years? Okay? But yet it wasn't stipulated, so they stick with 5.5 years. But as I said, it will be clear later on, okay? There that note was given, remember that. Right, let's look at the second example. Example 2 is on the same page. Page 117 and page 79. Okay, in example 2 on page 79, we are told that Gail saves money to buy a new computer. How long will it take her to accumulate 10,000 rand if she deposits 300 rand each month in the savings account that gives 10.5% per annum compounded monthly? Her payment will commence in 1 month's time. So which formula do you think we're going to use here? Huh? Future value. Why? It's an investment, not so. So what's the future value formula? FV is equal to x into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus 1 all over I. Not so? Do the substitution. Alright, so what do we get? 10,000, that's what she wants in the future, equals x, which is the monthly installment, is 300 rand, into 1 plus I, which is 0,105, compounded monthly, so it's 12 times. 12 times in, not so. So is this 12 in minus 1 over I, which is 0,105 over 12. You guys understand? So what's the first thing we're going to do? Pursuit of calculating in. Yes? How do we make n the subject of the formula? Cross multiply. So do that first. Then you're going to divide by 300. Then you add 1 to it. Okay, then you wait for me. Right, so we cross multiply, so it's going to be 10,000 times 0,105 over 12. Then I divide it by 300. Then I add 1. Then I will be left with 1 plus 0,105 over 12 to the exponent 12. You all agree with that? Of course, this here can be calculated. Okay, so in the calculator it gives us a nice fraction normally. So it's 10,000 times 0.105 over 12. Over 300 plus 1. 31 over 24. You all agree with that? 31 over 24 equals, and of course that in the calculator gives us 1 plus 0,105 over 12 gives us 807 over 800 to the exponent 12. So what do I do now? You write it in log form. Right, just a reminder again that a raised to the b equals c. In log form would be b is equal to log c base a. The base remains the base. Okay? Sorry? Right, so do the calculation quickly. Alright, so this will be 12n equals log 31 over 24 base 807 over 800. So that simply gives us, it is a log. The base is, I think that was the last answer calculated, correct? And then that is 31 over 24. Gives us 29,3 8. The 12n is equal to 29,38 months. So if the question was to leave your answer in months, then this would be how many months? It's approximately. Do you think this will be 29 months or 30 months? 30. Why? Because at 29 months, it will be less than 10,000 rand. Not so. It's only when it's over, if it's at 30 months, it will be over 10,000. Can you see that, people? If I must do the calculation for 29 months, you'll see it will be less than 10,000. Okay? We want it was 10,000 and no more. So it will be 30 months. If the question was how many years it will take, or if you want to convert your answer to years and months, then you take that divided by 12. Gives me 2 years. Or n is equal to 2 years. And of course you take the 2 away and you times it again by 12. Gives you 5,38 months. So it will be 2 years and 6 months. Okay. Either one there, either in black or green would be acceptable. Also depends what they ask. If they ask for months, the answer must be in months. If they ask for years, of course, be divided by 12. Alright. See here, this is not right. You will see there in the memos later on, they penalize you if you don't round it off properly. Okay, you don't consider the short monthly. Monthly short, okay? Let's look at example 3. Example 3, and this on page. Sorry? 18. Example 3, and this on page 18. We're told that Raphael buys a car that costs 280,000 rand. He pays 10,000 deposit and takes out a loan at the interest rate of 11% per annum, compounded monthly for the balance. He agrees to pay 8,000 rand at the end of each month, starting in 1 month's time. Calculate the value of this person's loan. Calculate the value of Raphael's loan. So he pays 10% deposit. So what must I do? So work out the deposit and take it off the loan amount. Not so. So you work out 10% of 280,000 is 28,000. So the deposit amount is going to be 280,000 minus 28,000. Or, how much is the loan amount? It is 90% of 280,000. Not so. So this is present value, which implies that the present value is simply 280 times 0.9. So they give you 252,000. 252,000. Otherwise, the other way, I could have worked out the deposit amount first, which is 28,000. 280 minus that answer gives you the same 252,000. Okay. Let's look at number 2. How many payments of 8,000 rand will he have to make? Which formula do you think we're going to use here? Sorry? Present value formula. Why? Because that's a loan. Present value is x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n all over I. Do the substitution quickly.
Your attention please. Sasetu Makingwana, can you please report to the office for a collection? Then also learners, if you have any e-book issues, can you please come down to the office? Any learners who are experiencing e-book issues, please come to the office. Thank you.
Okay, so Of course, he wants to, the present value is 252,000 Rand. The monthly payment is 8,000 Rand. 1 plus I, which is the interest rate, is 11%, so 0,11 over 12 to the exponent negative 12 times n, is what we're calculating, all over 0,11 over 12. Okay. Alright, so from here it says manipulation, cross multiply, so it's 252,000 times 0,11 over 12. Then I divide it by 8,000 Rand minus 1. You take that 1 over. Now with that negative, I divide both sides by negative 1 equals 1 plus 0,11 over 12 to the exponent negative 12. Okay? Do that calculation quickly. So it's negative open brackets 252. Why am I doing it twice? I think there's going to be negative open brackets fraction answer times 0,11 over 12. And this is over 8,000 minus 1. Okay, so that's going to be 569 over 800. What you notice here is that I also keep this in fraction form, and I don't write it in decimal. Okay, so it's a more accurate answer, 1 plus 0,11 over 12. That gives you 1211, and this is over 1,200 to the exponent negative 12. Okay, so I make in the subject of the formula, the exponent, sorry. So negative 12 is equal to log 569 over 800 base 1211 over 1200. So 12 in, so it's going to be, you say log 569 over 800 with that answer there. I typed it in wrong. So it's going to be 1211 over 1200 569 over 800 divided by negative 1. So it will give you 37,34 months. Okay. In other words, this year is how many months? 38 months. Okay. It will give you 38 months. Or if you want your time in years, divided by 12, gives you, put here all 3 years. So what we do from these, so minus 3 times 12 gives you 1 year and 2 months. Okay. So again, how many payments of 8,000 Rand? So in other words, this is not what they're looking for. They want to know how many payments of 8,000 Rand will be made. So how many payments of 8,000 Rand will be made? This is not in line with what the question is. Sorry about this. How many payments of 8,000 Rand will be made? Huh? Only 37 payments. Can you see that? The last payment will be less than 8,000 Rand. Not so. Because this is not the full number here that is short. So therefore, it's 37 payments of 8,000 Rand. And 1 payment of less than 8,000. Okay, very important to understand that concept. Okay, and the question that follows, it says here,
Susetu Makingwana in grade 12.
if Raphael clears his debt with one final payment 1 month after his last payment of 8,000.
Please report to the office.
Okay, so what we have here, he clears his debt with one final payment 1 month after his last payment of 8,000. Calculate how much is his final payment. Okay. So what happens here? Something interesting. You see, once he makes that 37th payment, he has an amount, a balance outstanding with the bank still, not so with the financial institution. He still has a balance outstanding. Once he calculates that balance outstanding,
in grade 10, can you please report to the office?
once he calculates,
in grade 10, please report to the office.
once I do that balance outstanding on the 37th payment, that money is going to, the amount he still owes the bank is going to draw interest for 1 month. Not so. So we're going to calculate the balance outstanding at 37 months. Alright. So the balance outstanding would be A minus FV, which is P into 1 plus I to the exponent n minus x into 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. Your present value is the loan amount. And the loan amount was 252,000 Rand into 1 plus, the interest is 11%. So 0,11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12. I'm getting it from here. It's 37 months. Not so? That's 37 over 12 minus x. What are you paying monthly? 8,000 into 1 plus I 0,11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12 minus 1 all over I, which is 0,11 over 12. Very important to note at this point, this answer that we must get here, the balance outstanding must be less than 8,000 Rand. Not so. If it's more than, of course we then made a mistake. So let's go. So it's 252,000 into 1 plus 0,11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12 minus 8,000 into 1 plus 0,11 over 12 to the exponent 12 times 37 over 12 minus 1 all over 0.11 over 12. Can you see how much he owes? So the balance outstanding at this point is 2,790 and 2,709 Rand and 71 cents. Can you see that? But this is after the payment of.
Lingani, can you please report to the office?
Is any of you that person?
Lingani, please
No.
report to the office.
So at this point, once the 37th payment is made, this is what they owe. So what's going to happen? It's going to draw the interest for that 1 month. Does that make sense? Which formula are we going to use there? It will simply be the last payment is going to be using this formula here for 1 month. So it's 2709,71 into 1 plus 0,11 over 12. The exponent 12 times 1 month. 1 over 12. So it gives you an answer, open brackets, 1 plus 0.11 over 12 to the exponent, 12 times 1 over 12. The last payment is 2,734 and 55 cents. Okay? Right, for homework, there's one example still I need to do. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But for homework, I would like you guys to do exercise 8. Okay, there are 3 sums there. People enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry for keeping you. Good morning, class. Vandril, don't you have work that you must submit today?